The Saints 3 points behind. Both teams playing for a place in the 5. High tackle on Wallace. Free kick. David Grant off for St Kilda. And Doug Hawkins has come back on for Footscray. Eccleston after the handball with a long one. Grant and Frawley. Pekin besieged as they've been so often. Delray with some strength, and his kick for goal is a good one. It could be a telling blow. Delray kicks his third, and Footscray at 10-9 to 8-12. Well, he's got terrific strength, Dennis, and he was able to use it then.
Laurie is marking him now. He did well against Frawley earlier. A very good performance by Denny Delray. And just the start the Bulldogs needed. They lead by 9 points, the biggest lead in the game, 16 points. Footscray had that early in the third term. Kitchke knocks it St Kilda's way. Cameron left it behind. Harris upended. In head first was Nixon, and we've got a whistle. What a tough game it's been. Here's the bounce. An awkward one. Pekin left it behind. Charles went down. Liberatore got it to Foster. Hurried kick towards centre wing. Delray again. Untidy hand pass. Royal, who's played well. Not that time. Devonport runs it across the boundary line. The tackling has been ferocious. Two sides with finals aspirations have really gone at it tough today. Charles and Kitchke. One down by Charles. Liberatore smartly across to Royal. Long kick towards centre half forward. Opportunity now for Rice to give it to Harding. That was timely. Back it comes to Rice. Long kick towards centre half forward. Foster was up and got it down to Hunter.
He did very well to get it to Wallace and then got it back from the 1-2. Long kick there by Hunter to half forward. And Harding takes an excellent mark against Coleman, who's been the best big man on the ground today, Coleman. Russo, big kick getter. 16th kick into the centre. Daniels. Bowie. To the goal square. It sits. Kennedy should get it. And it's out of bounds. So Bowie hoping for some run there, but this ground pretty soft. And the ball not going to run away from too many players. 69-60. As Dennis said, the biggest margin today, 16 points for Footscray in the third term. But it's really been nip and tuck all day. Liberatore to Foster, who's been a star. Cameron. Foster works for him outside of him. So does Liberatore. It's a good handball. Touches the ground. Left foot, not good. Burke should take it, and he does against Collingwood. And so Burke with a little one to Bowie.
Bowie, the defensive side of centre wing, to Arnold. Goes for distance, inside 50, lows the target, fisted away, taken by Harvey. This is Harris, outside 50, kicks it very high. It's all Footscray down there. Hunter has paid the free kick. Mark Hunter, just up from the kickoff line, short to Atkins. This is Hogg. Right half back towards centre wing. Delray. Laurie slipped over. Delray hard against the boundary line. Pulls it back. Intended for Grant. Crashing in from the side was Harding. Great courage again in evidence from all players. Royal keeps it going Footscray's way. Collingwood is in there now. Harding crashes in once more. And Collingwood will get a free kick. Well, that was very tough stuff. Again, in keeping with the afternoon. And Collingwood earned that free kick, and back behind the play, two players, one from each side, in the hands of the trainers, not surprisingly. So Collingwood, a chance to kick a goal here, and if he does, St Kilda will have the job in front of them. Steve Collingwood from about 35, lazy effort, came off about 3 paces there and kicked it behind. Should have done better.
10-10, 8-12. Golden opportunity missed there. 70-60. That really could have made it tough. Not that it isn't now for the Saints. Jeffrey provides some run for Laurie. No free kick down the ground. Wallace with one hand. Hunter, who's done pretty well. Terry Wallace, Liberatore, quick kick. Coleman sets himself with Grant. Frawley, Burke, well done, and fortuitously found Nixon. Pekin, smothered by Charles, who holds Pekin up. Now Nixon to Bowie, through the centre, looks for Lowe. Foster, and he does it well. Well, he's been a star today. The big man, Stuart Lowe's had more publicity about him this week than he's had in his whole career. Has tried his heart out, but today he's met his match. It's been exciting. Hogg. McGuinness will be short for him, and Eccleston will provide some run. All danger, but they get away with it. Wallace very cleverly to McGuinness, who can run it onto Royal, and he does. Royal at centre wing. Footscray with plenty of the footy. McGuinness on his wrong side, but he's got some penetration with the right leg. Grant on a lead. Play on. Frawley. High one. Players stop for a moment. Eccleston at the back. Harvey. Gee, it's hard to get a kick. Russo cleverly to Harris, to Coughlin. To Kitschke. Now Laurie will run for him. Kitschke not too sure where to go. And then kicks it to Kennedy and Arnold. Well, a couple of steeplechasers together. Out of bounds at the full. Unbelievable. Well, he panicked. No question. Panicked completely. Arnold wasn't going to run him down. And he could kick a footy, Dennis. I saw him kick 3 goals in the last term against Melbourne. He's a thumping kick.
Not much practice today, Bruce.
No, not a lot of kicks and not a lot of shots for goal. But he's in the right pocket. The runner tells him to have a shot. And boy, don't the Saints need this. And for Rick Kennedy's sake, you'd want him to miss. But if you're a Saint fan, you want him to put it through. Drop punt. Well, he's put it to the square. Taking off Charles. Kitschke's mark. And Payne. Well, Foster at the back can't believe it. Charles taking off early. But Kitschke falling into his arms. And Damien Kitschke, a late replacement for Nicky Winmar today. He kicked a goal in the first quarter, then he missed one in the second term. Tucked away in the pocket. And if he puts this through, you won't be able to hear me speak. Here we go. Drop punt. (9-12 to 10-10). 4 points the difference.
Tunstall on a lead, dives, takes the mark. Sensational football by the Hawks. What's this? The Westpac $1,000 bonus saver football competition. Each week, Westpac is giving away a $1,000 bonus saver account. All you have to do is to pick up your entry at any Westpac branch in Victoria. $1,000? Fantastic. Now, back to the centre bounce. Where'd everybody go? Where is everyone?
Imagine this man's finger is your car's fuel injector. It sprays petrol into your cylinder and with your piston creates this explosion. But fuel injectors can clog, robbing your car's performance. That's why you need BP Unleaded Petrol's new detergent additives to clean fuel injectors and carburetors and restore performance. BP, on the move.
In recent times, the cost of just about everything has blown up and up and up. But there's one place where costs are actually coming down, and that's at Ford dealers. Right now, they're holding down cost with big factory bonuses on selected Falcons, Lasers, Corsairs, Econovans and Couriers. There's special finance on new Fairlanes and great deals on used Falcons. So get down to your Ford dealer now. He can't hold down deals like this for long.
$50,000 cash. That's That's $50,000. 4 Holden Barinas worth $54,300. So KZFM are giving away altogether $104,300. And you could easily be a winner by putting a KZFM sticker on your car. You'll find stickers in your letterbox this weekend. KZFM will be stopping cars showing stickers. If there's one on your car, you could be a big winner. On KZFM.
Compared to a Kubota, other small tractors look very small indeed. For the same price, you can own a Kubota that will run rings around the others. Kubota has a 100-year heritage of tractor technology, and when you weigh it all up, Kubota technology makes the others look like a load of rubbish. Kubota, Australia's best-selling small tractor.
Put technology to work now at Payton's Mornington and Rural Farm Equipment Lilydale.
A remarkable atmosphere. It's been this way all day, and still plenty of time. The Rucks go at it again. Low, thumps it out. Eccleston in the road. To Cameron. He's on centre wing. He kicks towards half forward. Jeffrey must get a free kick. Royal was bolting, but it comes back to Jeffrey, who centres. Harding, a mobile big man, breaks away. High kick towards half forward. Pekin behind Foster. They wrestle for the ball. Hogg gets the hand pass. Wallace to Foster. Well done. Foster towards centre wing. 2 young tyros, Daniels and Cameron. Daniels guides it across towards Lowe, who from centre wing kicks towards centre half forward. All Footscray. 2 of them flew. A bad sign. Russo gets it off to Pekin. I'm not sure that was his intention. St Kilda through Pekin have taken the lead. And this place has gone crazy.
Well, well, well. Talk about atmosphere and talk about a game of footy. It's 10-12 to 10-10. Footscray making a mistake at centre half back. 2 of them flying for it. And Pekin drilling it home for his second. 72 to 70. And the Saints are back in front. So now it's the Bulldogs' turn to find something extra. Lowe and Charles, and it's a free kick to Footscray in the centre. Too many players there. Charles plays on McGuinness, but he's got to come back. Well, it really is a unique atmosphere in here at Moorabbin. Charles has dropped punt. Grant on the long leg. Collingwood in the front. Frawley, Terry Wallace. Liberatore, Terry Wallace can't get rid of it. Collingwood cleverly to Cameron. McGuinness. They attack him. Cleverly to Cameron again. Left foot pass, and Burke takes a splendid mark in front of Collingwood. And just for the moment, Footscray might have lost their way. They've made some mistakes. Daniels with a chip pass, and Bernie Harris misses. He should have taken it, but he couldn't. Free kick. Harris a bit lucky. They've let them go all day, and after missing a mark, he gets a free kick and he chips it to Russo.
Handy place to get pushed in the back. Here's Russo then, towards centre half forward. Strong mark Kennedy. Atkins towards the outer side, and Coleman couldn't hang on. Harding left it behind. Coleman now swings it out wide. In open spaces, Delray. Meters in the clear. Confronted. Gets around the defender. Hard against the boundary line. Danny Delray in from the side. Burke knocks it hard against the behind post. So we've got a boundary throw in. Searching run that time from Delray. Took them on. But the finish not there. The Saints by 2 points. Low. Fisted back towards the boundary. Collingwood rushed across before the ball. Burke has been a resolute defender. Nothing in it all day. Footscray by 2 points at quarter time. St Kilda by 3 at half. And 3 at three-quarter time. Here's Royal. Emerging with the ball. Collingwood in the grasp. Misses to the near side. Footscray creep closer. It couldn't be any closer.
72 to 71. Laurie's found a man all day, and he's going to go to Harvey, and did he touch it? Yes, he did. Kept it in. Cameron and Harvey. Still Harvey. Oh, he did splendidly well to Burt. Coughlin, McGuinness. Still McGuinness. Liberatore, free kick. Play on around. Eccleston, he's got leads everywhere. Delray, he found him, and this man can kick a footy. We've seen that already today. He's got some power and some strength, and he'll need every bit of it. He's 45 metres out. He's kicked 3 goals. Has been highly impressive, as Dennis Cometti said earlier, with his strength and power. Just 22 years of age, and what an important kick this is. High drop punt. What a kick. (11-11) to 10-12. Delray kicks his 4th.
Sunday night on Skirts. Debbie's hurt in an ugly riot. Tina saves a pensioner from a young thug.
Oh, God bless you.
Pauline's in trouble with the boss.
I left you in charge.
And the public.
Just selfish, money-grubbing parasites.
Cops don't strike. Want to join the force?
Skirts. 7:30 Sunday on 7.
Morning.
Must get back into shape when I retire. Only 6 months to go. Early retirement's a great idea. I'll need my lump sum though. Got to last a long time. I like to live like this all the time.
What did the AMP agent say?
What did the AMP agent say? Rollover's got tax advantages, makes your money work for you, and all that. Oh, Ruth would love to live here.
Love to live here.
One day.
You've got to make the money last.
Hate to burden the kids. Like to leave them something. Got to get good advice. Couldn't live on the pension. You'll talk to AMP. Big.
Secure.
Roll over with the experts. Do it right.
How do you want your eggs?
Roll over.
What?
You're right with AMP rollovers.
Some car repair warranties appear to give a lot of coverage until you find out they actually come up a little short. But there's one that covers more repairs for longer than any other. The lifetime service warranty from your participating Ford dealer. It's Australia's best car repair warranty, and it's great to have it behind you. With Ford Care, you can relax.
What a relief. Otraven clears stuffy noses fast for up to 10 hours.
Oh, you beautiful.
Oh! This new Liberty sedan has something even the safest car in the world doesn't have. The road-holding ability of constant four-wheel drive. Liberty from Subaru at around $29,000. Nothing else stacks up.
Terrorists declare war on the United States, and one man's determined to trap them. Peter Strauss.
What the hell is happening here?
Under Siege, Sunday.
Back in the middle. Atkins towards half forward. Awkward bounce there for Laurie. Grant inside 50. Long down towards full forward. Delray's in front, knocked away by Frawley. Taken by Hawkins. The hand pass was wide of the mark. Scrambling it out was Laurie. Cameron almost tackled there by Daniels. Must be a free kick. Leon Cameron. The 7th man taken in the 88 draft. From left half forward. Down towards the kickoff line. Low misses the mark. Uncharacteristically. Jeffrey tackled by Grant. Coleman couldn't control it. Royal flicks it out to support. The kick at goal is off target from Collingwood. And through it goes for a minor score.
Goal the difference. One kick in at 78 to 72. Laurie to kick it in. Lovely kick. Daniels and Rice. Atkins did splendidly at the back. Harding. Pekin. Coughlin. A floater. Foster. Hunter. Out of bounds. Good defensive work, though, by Foster and Hunter to hold it up. And they'll be pretty tired, these players. If you're at the races today, you call this slow to heavy, but it takes something out of the legs. Kitchke. Coughlin. Oh, good mark to Hogg. With courage from the side. Now, he's got a short one in McGuinness. So away he goes. He's got some time now. Grant provides a lead about 60 metres in front of him. He kicks it to Grant. Well, Laurie took a big chance there. Committed himself. Grant cleverly to Eccleston, but getting back on it, Rice. Atkins, Rice and Atkins. Play on call. Nixon. Will it sit for Pekin? Bowie. Not a good kick. And Wallace able to mop up quickly to Foster, and he chips it to Cameron.
Cameron, left half back. The Saints breaking down across half forward. Cameron, high to centre wing. This will be interesting. Harding knocks it away from Coleman. And Harding will get a free in any case. The ball will come back. Reynolds comes on. Kennedy has done a hamstring. He's off the ground. The drama continues. It's Footscray by 6 points. St Kilda in 5th position starting the day. Inside the 50. Reynolds towards the boundary line. Gets it out of bounds. We talked about that last night. An art form and getting it across the line now. There's Rick Kennedy. Searching for the ice, I'd suggest. Kitchke got it down to Bowie. Did nicely. Across his body. It was touched off the boot. No mark was paid. Foster, Liberatore. Nixon wanted the mark, not forthcoming. Steve Wallace. Atkins, back to Steve Wallace. From right half back, he kicks to centre wing. Grant's in front. Laurie tracking him. Gets the hand pass off to Eccleston. Eccleston, the high one, down towards right half forward. In front, Collingwood. Burke has done it well and does it again nicely to Daniels.
Devonport's handball to Harvey's caught, but gets away with it. Back to Devonport. And a throw against Harvey. The Saints hate it. They don't like it one bit. So Footscray will get it in the centre. They lead by a goal with 9.5 minutes remaining. And goals have been tough at Moorabbin today. Liberatore from the centre. To centre half forward. Hawkins, who's been injured, in the front spot. Collingwood, who falls over a lot. Cameron misses it. Burke with him. Footscray had the numbers for the moment. Hawkins, who is very much injured. You could see his left arm is in great pain, and a hip and shoulder didn't do it any good. He's also hobbling, but Captain Courageous is staying on. 11-12, 10-12. Coleman and Lowe. Lowe with the thumb. Russo. Harvey chips it. Kitchke hits him on the chest, centre wing. Foster gets back on the mark. Kitchke plays on. Daniels provides a run for him. They're a goal behind. To full forward. Arnold at the back. Hogg falls over. Smothered by Coughlin magnificently. Good kick. A very good kick. Look at this go through. Look at that. A screamer. Scores a level. And Freaky Coughlin's done it. It's 78 apiece.
Well, Dipper, what would you recommend?
Quattro venti.
Quattro what?
Tender piping hot meat, bathed in a delicately spiced, exquisite gravy, then encased in a golden pastry envelope.
It's truth.
More 4 and 20s, Maestro. Going right up. Quattro e venti.
4 and 20. Ripper, Dipper. Oi, can we see the beer list?
No worries.
4 and 20. The great Australian taste.
These magnificent animals are the result of 4,000 million years of evolution. Yet they're being wiped out at the rate of 2 species per hour. To highlight the plight of these animals, this week's Sunday Herald is giving away free the first of 3 magnificent endangered animal posters. It may just help us come to our senses before it's too late. The Sunday Herald. How the well-informed are well-informed.
15 years ago, Mary Ann thought she'd seen the last of Rick.
Did you ever wonder why we ever got together in the first place? Did your personality ever not annoy me?
No. They'll be lucky to survive the next 24 hours.
Do I get to know what's going on, or do I just get killed for old time's sake?
Mel Gibson, Goldie Hawn,
You were a hairdresser?
Bird on a Wire.
Hi, Scotty.
Now showing. Check newspapers for session.
Hey now, you better listen to me, every one of you. We got a lot of work to do. Today we're working for the man.
The Nissan Workforce. Vans and light commercials for people who have a lot of work to do and want a reliable partner to do it with. Drive the one that gets the job done.
It's a Nissan, and that's my track.
He prides himself on never making a mistake. That car's a lemon, Donald. Will he cause Pippa to lose all her money?
It isn't like you to lie, Donald.
And the road to romance is filled with potholes.
I'm going to have a night at home.
Oh, yeah, we can certainly do that.
By myself.
Home and Away, 6:30 Monday on 7. 7 crack commandos sent to infiltrate the Gestapo High Command, but one of them's a traitor. Richard Burton, Clint Eastwood, Where Eagles Dare, tonight on 7.
Up goes Harding. Worth a kick to half forward. Foster scrambles it back. Harding couldn't control it. Charles intercepted by Russo. Harding knocked it towards Coughlin. He was going nowhere. And it will be a ball up.
It might get down to penalty shootouts, Dennis.
It always was going to be close. You had that feeling from the first 10 minutes, given the commitment of players of both sides. Charles, the backhander. Harvey has had a fine second half, only as far as Cameron. McGuinness, his 26th possession, out wide. Coleman on the 50-metre line, runs away from his own goal. Back to McGuinness, who pulls it across his body. How will it bounce? It's knocked down to accommodate Burke. Well played by Laurie. Burke's kicks a high one. Coleman, a strong mark. Glenn Coleman, 9 marks this afternoon. One of the Bulldogs' better players from 60 metres out. Long down towards full forward. Hawkins, off hands Grant, open goal. Footscray back in front. Grant has 3. And it's Footscray by 6 points. Hawkins, the big leap. It didn't stick, but it fell for Grant, cast in the role of a rover, onto the loose ball and a goal.
Just 17 years of age and 3 goals. 78 to 84. 7 minutes remaining. 7 of the most important minutes for the future of these two clubs in this season. Liberatore round his body. Coleman did very well. Burke with a bit of time. Devonport with space. Has Russo in the centre. Goes long to centre half forward with a sweeping kick. Foster. Handball by Hunter was good. Now Liberatore from Royal. Oh, this is a chance to Collingwood. Oh, he missed it. Goes to ground and caught. Delray with pace and strength. Left foot. Another beauty, but Jeffrey gets on top of it and plays on. Well, Collingwood made a mistake at centre half forward. Jeffrey with a high one. Wallace and Russo. Wallace hip and shoulder was good. That's got to be in the rules, and it was. And Hawkins will take this with a drop punt. He's a long way out, though. He's going to go short again to Collingwood. He's got him. Oh, Dennis, he missed from an easier angle than this earlier in the term. This will be tough. We saw Pekin score from here in the third quarter.
Not easy from there. Right into the teeth of the breeze, but perhaps that miss will make him more determined. That time he came off about 3 paces. And he's certainly getting everything right now with the bootlace and all. If they get this goal, it'll be tough for the Saints to come back. But then again, we've said that all day.
Collingwood tucked away in the pocket, 30 metres out. What an important kick for Footscray. Runs in, drop punt, and misses. But it gives them a 7-point lead. 12-13 to 11-12. So the Saints by 7 points behind with 5 3/4 minutes remaining, and Nixon to bring it back in.
Comes grandstand side. Coughlin in from the side. Good mark. Coughlin has this ball at right half back. They're breaking down in midfield at the present time, the Saints. That's a little risky. Devonport has it in the true centre-half back position. Goes for distance towards Lowe. Outnumbered. Knocked away by Foster. All Footscray on the ground. Atkins soccers it out wide, where it skids out of play. So a throw in on the outer side wing. Just over 5 minutes remaining. 85-78. Harding will oppose Charles here. Harding works his way in front. Charles reaching over the top. Atkins. Terry Wallace in trouble. Bernie Harris can't do much with it. Stumbles out. Atkins emerges with the ball. And we've got a ball up. A classical slogging game of football, this one. Charles wins it down. Atkins couldn't control it. Collingwood is in there. Rice too. And another whistle. Umpire wasting no time. The ball falls at the feet of the ruckman. This is Rice, hard against the boundary line. A lot of height on that kick. Steve Wallace, a very good mark. Fine mark.
Well, he's had 11 kicks or 10 kicks for the moment. This is his 11th and 13 handballs. It's been a real steadier across half-back. To half-forward, Grant took off early. Burke, who's been very good for St Kilda. Quick kick, they need a goal in a hurry. Trailing by 7 points. Again, Wallace playing that sweeping role. Back to half-forward. If Footscray get the next one, that'll be it. Burke. No free kick. So we're down to 3 minutes 50. And still the Saints 7 points behind Footscray. And they desperately need a goal. Footscray been able to hold it up most of the day. Coleman thumps it forward. Gains about 30 metres. Worth a kick. And the good thing about it, it's a throw in and not a kick back. So the time ticking away. 3.5 minutes to go. Harding in the front. Coleman at the back. Colnewt. A little one to Atkins, who was a little too clever that time, but then chips it to centre half forward. Good kick to Grant. Not paid. Wallace. Liberatore. Caught by Harris. It's tough and hard, and it'll be a ball up with St Kilda 78 to Footscray 85.
The clock frozen on 3:07. Emotions are running high on the field and behind the fence. Coleman in front, Harding over the top, knocks it away. Pekin has very good hands, got it to Devonport. Can they go past half forward this time? Off the ground by a defender there. Still they battle after it. Bowie to Coughlin. Kick charge down. McGuinness swings it out wide. It skids towards the boundary line and goes across. It will be thrown in. And Reynolds, I think, typical of the defenders all day. If it's there, it's been socced, it's been knocked, it's been forced his side's way. And again in evidence. Burke gained about 5 metres. Rice. McGuinness tracks it. Stumbles. And it goes out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Well, we're down to less than 2.25 minutes. So suddenly, the pendulum very much in Footscray's favour. 7 points in front. What a game it's been. Russo with a quick kick. He's had a lot of those today. And Hunter takes a splendid mark against the run of play. And this Footscray defence has stood so very tall in the final term. 12, 13, 11, 12. A place in the 5 at stake. 5th St Kilda against 8th Footscray. Coleman at the back. Collingwood. The little men have been supreme for Footscray. Grant caught by Daniels. Grant holds it there though. And we're down to 1:28. And it's all good for Footscray at the moment. 78 to 85.
You get the feeling this crowd are going to be very unhappy with the umpires after this game. Over the top, Coleman plays the percentages. The clock continues to run. The ball is out of bounds. Down to 110 now. Hard to see the Saints winning from here. Clean possession to Coleman. Timely. A high kick just outside the 50. Grant and Daniels. Daniels does well. Hurried kick. But again, that wall. Built across midfield for Footscray. This time Steve Wallace to Coleman, who assumes responsibility there and takes the mark. Inside the last minute then. And Footscray, their run continues, it seems. Coleman inside the 50. Grant almost. Daniels dives on top of it, knocks it forward. Grant on his knees, intercepted by Bowie. Well, almost. Royal, who's played a wonderful game. Atkins smothered off the boot by Burke. It will be thrown in. We're down to 24 seconds now.
And surely the Bulldogs are home. It's been a memorable battle at Moorabbin. Coleman at the back, Jeffrey to Burke. The clock down to 10 seconds. Burke to centre wing. And again, it's Footscray there with a wall of players have been able to hold it up. And it's out of bounds. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. That's it.
A very memorable game indeed down at Moorabbin this afternoon for the Bulldogs. Delray 4 and Grant 3, their major goal kickers. And for St Kilda, 3 to Grant and 2 each to Kitchke, Coglan and Pekin. There were no reports, and 28,202 certainly got their money's worth down at Moorabbin this afternoon. And hello everyone once again. Welcome to the 4th of 7 draws in the Sporting Chance competition, which registers your support for Melbourne's 1996 Olympic bid. And Golden Girl Debbie Flintoff-King is going to, Deb, I know, tell us just how to participate.
How are you, Pete?
I'm very well, thank you. Did your footy team win today?
They play tomorrow, Carlton.
Carlton, of course.
So I'm sure they'll do well.
Good luck to the Blues tomorrow.
Thanks, Pete. It's really important that all of us get behind Melbourne's bid and show the world that we really want the Olympics to be held in Australia in '96. You can register your support for the Olympics in Melbourne by simply purchasing an Olympic kit for $2 at any Tattersalls outlet, and you'll receive an Olympic car sticker, membership of the Olympic Down Under Club, a badge, as well as being on the official Olympic supporters list of names.
And now, Deb, I want to ask you one question. What happens to this list of names? Where does it go?
Well, the list will be used to strengthen Melbourne's chances of hosting the Olympics, and this list will be presented to the selection committee to prove that our public support is really what we mean about bringing the Olympics to Melbourne.
OK, and furthermore, your Olympic pledge will then give you the opportunity to win one of 7 all expenses paid trips for 2 to the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, flying Qantas, Deb, of course.
So support Melbourne's Olympic bid by purchasing an Olympic kit at any local Tats outlet.
And that's our cue to spin the barrel. And let's see if we can come up with a winner this week for an all expenses paid trip for 2 to the 1992, get it right, 1992 Olympics in Barcelona, or Barcelona, if you'd like to say it that way. Deb, dig deep.
My mother's put an entry in this week, so maybe she might.
Yes, the whole Landy family's in.
Holy Peter Landy, no. Al Kerr of Shep. Is that Shepparton?
I would imagine that would be Shepparton.
Shepparton?
It's a post office box number in Shepparton. So Mr., Mrs., Miss or Ms. L. Kerr.
Congratulations.
A post office box number in Shepparton. I think we can give the box out, box 2064. They'll know who they are. So
off to Barcelona.
Congrats, that's fantastic, isn't it?
Great.
OK, now we have 3 draws to go, 3 trips for 2 to the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, still to be won with our next draw in 2 weeks' time. So until then, purchase your Olympic kit and support the Olympics 1996 in Melbourne. Deb, thank you very much and good luck to the Blues tomorrow.
Thanks, Peter. OK,
more football coming up shortly out at Victoria Park, and after the break, Bruce McAvaney joins us in just a moment.
In recent times, the cost of just about everything has blown up and up and up. But there's one place where costs are actually coming down, and that's at Ford dealers. Right now, they're holding down costs with big factory bonuses on selected Falcons, Lasers, Corsairs, Econovans and Couriers. There's special finance on new Fairlanes and great deals on used Falcons. So get down to your Ford dealer now. He can't hold down deals like this for long.
What are they doing? Homework.
We've got to do something about this.
We're always juggling money from one account to another. Looks complicated. Maybe you've got too many accounts.
Maybe you're right.
To help you make the most of your money, we've made it simpler to choose which accounts you really need. Because at Westpac, we believe the way you bank has a lot to do with the way you live.
Oh, I think we can manage that. You can bank on us.
$50,000 cash. That's $50,000. 4 Holden Barinas worth $54,300. So KZFM are giving away altogether $104,300. And you could easily be a winner by putting a KZFM sticker on your car. You'll find stickers in your letterbox this weekend. KZFM will be stopping cars showing stickers. If there's one on your car, you could be a big winner. On KZFM.
Sorry. It's a bit wet over there. Bit wet over here too. Let me get some drinks. No, let me. Waiter, drinks all around.
Well, if we're going to make a party of it, let's nibble Nobby's nuts.
Sorry.
On July the 1st, 1990, bike helmets became compulsory in Victoria.
You're in for the ride of your life. The unmatched thrills of John Voight, Rebecca De Mornay in The Runaway Train, Monday on 7. What is it about this man that drives women crazy? Laugh yourself silly as Renee beats up the ladies with a stick on a low right after Freshfield's Thursday.
Here are tonight's Tats 2 results, just drawn under government supervision.
Welcome back, and now it's time for this week's winner of the $1,000 Westpac Bonus Saver football competition. Our winner is Mrs. Deborah Fullwood of Warrigal. And don't forget to get your entry in for next week's draw. All you have to do is to pick up your entry form at any Westpac branch in Victoria. There's a $1,000 Bonus Saver account to be won each week. Sports World tomorrow at 9 a.m. Bruce McAvaney. Can I have a rehearsal of your name, please? McAvaney. McAvaney. I've got it right. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's pretty good, Pete. And Landy's a lot easier, isn't it? But we'll be working together tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to it,
Yes,
Peter.
we will. I've got the alarm set already, Bruce, and the cat's already been put outside.
Good on you, mate. And you'll be giving us the latest sports update. And, of course, we'll be very interested in Wimbledon. Ladies' final tonight, Navratilova against Garrison. We'll be going live to John Alexander for that. And the World Cup, Italy play England tomorrow. But the big one really is Monday morning between West Germany and Argentina. Who's your tip there, Peter?
Well, all along, Bruce, I've said West Germany. I'm not going to change at this stage of proceedings. I thought England was a little bit unlucky, though. And
what about Becker against Edberg on Sunday night?
Well, Becker started off slowly, but he's got better and better, hasn't he, as the tournament's gone along, and I don't think I could pick past him.
No, he's the one. So they're the two really big stories. World Cup and Wimbledon. Looking at the Grand National Hurdle, Sharp has a sensational win. Plenty of AFL football. That drug scandal that's still rocking Sydney Rugby League, and that's had a little twist to it. And plays of the month from NBC and lots more. And the update will be special tomorrow with you, Pete. So we're looking forward to it tomorrow morning at 9.
OK, Bruce, I'll have an early night, or at least try to. Thanks very much. And the match of the day today was at Victoria Park for the battle of 2nd and 4th. Collingwood and the West Coast Eagles. The Woods only percentage away from top spot. The Eagles merely 0.1 of 1% away from third place. The odds certainly favoured the Magpies. They'd never been beaten at the park by the West Coast, who on their 2 previous outings there had gone down by 49 and 39 points. Nonetheless, following their systematic demolition, I think we could say, of Fitzroy last Sunday, they named an unchanged side this afternoon, while Christian and Tuddenham came in for Kerrison and Starcevich for Collingwood. Our commentators are Drew Morfitt, Ian Robertson and Don Scott, and we pick up play with 18 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
We're about 7 or 8 minutes into the term. Irving gets the position to punch it away. Now he kicks it off the ground. Who's there? Tony Shaw, Scott Russell, both of their very good possession gatherers. Rance is bumped out of it. Here's the mercurial Peter Daikos. If he kicks a goal here, the crowd will go berserk. Great stuff by Daikos. He gets his 4th goal for the day. 55 for the season.
And he's only one goal off leading this goal-kicking ladder, because on top of the ladder at the moment is Peter Sumik with 56. He's yet to kick a goal, and Daikos only one behind. So we've got the two leading goal kickers in the AFL, both playing at opposite ends of the ground.
Centre bounce. Collingwood get first touch, but they don't come out with the ball. Wright's been knocked down behind play. Now Shaw puts the pass wide. Richardson on the run. Too slow. Kemp gets him. Well played by Dean Kemp. Back to Lamb. Richardson a high tackle, and the free kick to Lamb. Where would the Pies be without Daikos? He's kicked 4 goals 2 in the total score of 4 goals 5. The ball's out of bounds at centre wing.
That was a magic goal, the last one he kicked, bringing it over his left shoulder, running away from goal. Real class.
He's had one opponent moved off him already. That was Lamb. Daikos, 3 marks, 7 kicks, 1 handball, 4 goals 2.
Boundary thrown in centre wing. Malaxos, handball over the top. Kemp has bustled out of it. Richardson back for Collingwood. Good kick. Gayfer drops a sitter and then can't control it. Oh, a little bit anxious was Heady. And lucky to get away with that. The Magpie crowd down here in front of us, well, they'd be 98% of the whole crowd, I would think. And it's a pretty good one here at Victoria Park. There's Gayfer going down. Heady over the top. The boundary throw in. Malaxos can't get it out. Francis may be able to. Back it goes to Malaxos. Handball goes wider to Ugle. Ugle onto the right foot. Kicks it to centre half forward. No one back for the Eagles. Kelly. Morwood. Oh, look at this Collingwood machine. Banks. Handball wider to Turner. Turner runs onto it nicely. The bounce was kind to him. The kick into centre half forward. McKenna gets back and takes the mark for the Eagles at half back.
And Tuddenham on for Collingwood and going off Alan Richardson.
50-metre penalty. Collingwood fans not happy. Umpire obviously not happy with the Collingwood player on the mark, Daikos, not coming back when he was asked to. McKenna goes for the hand pass. Oh, tackle Daikos, brilliant. And he gets the free kick. Well, when you chat the umpire, usually you don't get too many free kicks soon after, but this went in favour of Daikos. The kick up towards half forward. Tony Shaw, look goal. Left foot kick, and he does.
Imagine this man's finger is your car's fuel injector. It sprays petrol into your cylinder and with your piston creates this explosion. But fuel injectors can clog, robbing your car's performance. That's why you need BP Unleaded Petrol's new detergent additives to clean fuel injectors and carburetors and restore performance. BP, on the move.
McEwen's Big League Bargains are on. We're working flat out to bring you the best, like Skilled Circular Saws at only $119. Save $26 and get a Big League bonus free blade. Pay only $79 for a Skilled Cordless Drill and get a free holster and drill bit set. Save $20 on a Skilled Belt Sander for only $119 and get bonus belts free. Save $16 on a Skilled Variable Speed Jigsaw for only $99 plus free blades. So join the crowd at McEwen's today. You're on a winner with Big League Bargains store-wide.
This new Liberty sedan has something even the safest car in the world doesn't have. The road-holding ability of constant four-wheel drive. Liberty from Subaru at around $29,000. Nothing else stacks up.
A simple fact. This plus this reduce more plaque than this alone. Listerine Antiseptic reduces plaque by up to 50% over brushing alone for good oral hygiene. Listerine Antiseptic, it fights plaque and bad breath. And that's a fact.
Thought that support was holding me up. It was only holding me back. It was when I let go that I started to grow. And then I never looked back. And over the years, despite all the tears, letting go was what I did best. Each time I came through, and I grew in life, there's always a test. You never know until you let go who you can be.
Call 008 25 25 51.
When you can buy an Australian-made car in LA, drink a Foster's in London, when the world is held hostage in Lebanon, and your TV comes from Taiwan, when your mortgage depends on decisions in Canberra, you worry about the price of the dollar and the continuing fallout from Chernobyl. When you live this close to the world, and the world lives this close to you, everything is local news. 7 Nightly News with Jennifer Kite, weeknights at 6.
Welcome back, and let's go back to Victoria Park now. Still in the second quarter, 7.5 minutes remaining in the term. The Magpies leading by 2 points.
Kick in, goes straight up the field. Very, very risky by Brennan. And really hard up against Christian. Christian, too tall, takes the mark. It's Dwayne Lamb, actually, that Christian took the mark over. And from centre half forward, Christian a real chance with the breeze at his back.
He's only kicked 1 goal this year. 1 goal, 5. Michael Christian. Could this be his second?
Drop punt kick is very close. It's a goal. So the mistake by Brennan gave Christian the chance, and he kicked Collingwood's 6th goal. Collingwood 6-6 lead the Eagles 5-4.
Well, I've been very impressed with Christian. I've been impressed with the fact of how high he can actually jump. He's got a particularly good leap, especially when he's contesting those boundary throw-ins. On that occasion, he used his spring. He was in a better position than Lamb, but still a very good mark. Well chopped out.
Eight-point lead now to the Pies, and they still have nearly 7 minutes left with the breeze in this quarter. Eagles go forward. Wilson works the hand pass clear, but there's nobody there for the Eagles. Gayfer and McEwen muck it up between them. Or Gayfer goes for the boundary line, and they were lucky to get out of that.
It's an interesting one about free kicks being given against players for forcing the ball out with no intention of doing something with it. Gayfer, could he have been penalised there?
Actually, I thought he might have been trying to rush it behind and just missed the score, but got it out of bounds. Heady a tap. Hart slips the tackle, keeps it in. Centering kick marked by Turner. Free kicks are interesting. 14-8 in favour of Collingwood.
Jamie Turner, who usually gathers quite a few possessions across that full-back line. Beautiful kick out towards centre wing. No mark taken. Eagles will gather at the back. It's Kemp again. Kick is not bad. It's floating a little bit away, but a great diving attempt. Gee, that could have been paid, couldn't it?
Oh, surely they could.
Turley.
But he controlled that to ground, Turley.
Boundary throw in about 60 metres from the Eagles' goal. Opportunity for them. Turley chipping in there was Tottenham. Pushes it to the advantage of Wright. Wright's kick is a beauty. Inside 50 metres, McKenna. Good recovery by that player and good shepherding there by Irving. Gives McKenna the chance. The left foot kick. 2-on-1. Wilson over the top. Gayfer takes the mark. Gayfer plays on quickly. Gives the hand pass wider. Mullane, beautiful tackle by Wilson. Gayfer, handball over the top. Out wider is Wright. Wright short kick finds Tottenham. Will he play on? No, he won't. He'll go back and take a set shot from just inside 50.
This is going to be a hard kick for Tottenham because the breeze blowing over his left shoulder. They'd have to start the ball or bring the ball from left to right. If it just kicks straight at the goal, it could carry over the boundary line.
Good goal kicker for Collingwood over the years is Paul Tottenham. Sets it up. Breeze not quite strong enough. Eagles hurry it through for a rushed behind. Scoreline, Collingwood 6-7, 43, West Coast 5-4, 34.
Hart, who's kicked the Eagles' only goal this quarter, kicking in from full back. In great distance, about 60 metres into the breeze. Monkhurst, Morwood, backs up on the forward line. McGuan puts it out wide for Daikos. Malaxos goes to ground, punches on, and it goes out just on the 50. Still a real contest. Collingwood leading by 9 points, and we have just under 4 minutes left to half-time. Irving and Christian demonstrating that leap at boundary throw-ins. Rance back to McKenna, round the corner he goes. Gains about 15 metres, the ball out again.
Just looking further up the ground. Monkhorst playing that man behind play, kick behind play. He's Langdon at centre-half forward's got to come up. He'll drag his man up, who is Banks, but they must pick up Monkhorst.
154 possessions to Collingwood, 121 to the Eagles. Morwood, another possession for Collingwood, and it's a goal. Shane Morwood, number 7 for Collingwood, kicks his first goal for the afternoon, coming down from the back line. Collingwood get a little bit of a lead here, 15 points, 7-7 to 5-4.
And actually it might be his first goal for the afternoon, but also his first goal for the year, Shane Morwood. And when he plays well, Collingwood play well. When he was out last year through injury, Collingwood didn't play well at all.
Last couple of goals vital for the Magpies, and they stretch the lead to 15 points now. Irving at the second attempt. Past Lewis it goes. Oh, great stuff by Kelly. Out to Russell. He loses it to his opponent Malaxos, who now leaves it for Lamb. Back to Malaxos. Threads out the hand pass to Wilson. Ducks a high tackle, and it goes against Francis. Free kick to Peter Wilson. Ball holds up and drops short of Sumic. Punch down to the front. Heady, good take. Lewis. Back to Lamb. Struggles with his left footer. Turner there for Collingwood. Sumic over the top. The hand pass comes in, and Bremen on the run. Misses.
They should have kicked that.
Usually is a very reliable kick, Todd Bremen. And they work really hard to bring that in. I think Wilson should have brought the ball across more to the right-hand side of the ground instead of going into that pocket. They were lucky to get away with that. The West Coast.
Don't know whether we've mentioned it, but Shane Morwood is playing his 150th AFL game today. The player who kicked Collingwood's last goal. Ball comes back to Wilson. Wilson's kicked to half forward, no mark. There's that 150 game player, Shane Morwood. Russell. Wider hand pass, Banks. Banks gives it on to Mullane. Mullane at half back. Kicks it towards centre wing. Barwick can't mark. Taken away by Hart. Sure ball handling by the Eagles player. Kick to half forward. Collingwood mark to Monkhorst, who's playing a terrific game in the ruck for his side.
Now Bremen off the ground and Jackson coming on. I wonder if Bremen's gone off because of the fact he missed that goal.
Oh, strong play by Kelly. Tutton dispossessed, but he's held when he didn't have it. And Paul Tutton will take the free kick for Collingwood. Jackson on the mark? No. Tutton runs on, kicks it to within scoring distance for the Magpies. Christian, there's a goal coming up. Daikos will get it. Oh, brilliant play. Peter Daikos, 5 goals, 2. Collingwood 8-7, West Coast 5-5.
Oh, what an afternoon he's having, Daikos. He ran onto that ball there. He's finishing off is particularly good, but it's Christian who initiates this play. The pack fly, Christian playing on quickly, and Daikos running onto the ball. Getting away from McKenna.
The Eagles without a ruckman at the centre bounce. Irving had come off, Scott on, but didn't have time to get in there. Lamb. Shaw's been quiet for the last 5 minutes. Thumps it forward again. Brown comes to the back. McKenna goes wide to Worsfold. Around the corner, on the bounce to Kemp. Wright pressures him into Brennan, into Scott rather. Ball's flipped on. There was a push out. It's coming back to McGuan. The Collingwood free kick. Free kick 16-9. Well delivered and taken by Tony Francis. First season in the AFL from South Australia. Francis wide for Brown, but didn't reach him. Ugle marks.
Brown really being shut out of the play back there at full forward for Collingwood. It's their only bad move so far in their game. The kick comes into Malaxos, defensive side of centre. Malaxos has had 13 possessions. Elects to come to this members side. Not known for his long kicking, but this is not bad. Wider, Sumic can't mark. Turley, handball to Wilson. Wilson gathers, but he's tackled. Gets his kick away. Langdon hasn't had much of the football. Banks goes back, gathers nicely. Handball McEwen. He's caught. Eagles are a chance. Langdon, handball. Lamb can't control the football. Narkle. Siren sounds. Half-time at Victoria Park, and Collingwood have a handy advantage of 20 points. Collingwood 8-7-55. West Coast 5-5-35, and there's a blue on as the players take a break, or do they? Darren Mullane, Carl Langdon, Phil Narkle, Chris Lewis. Like to join in the commentary, Don. Ringside with the wrestlers.
A lot of pushing and shoving going on, but you can also see what these players do with their hands when they go up in the vicinity of the face. We had eye gouging a couple of years ago, and there was a spate of that, but it's quite interesting what the players do in those close encounters. Tony Shaw mouthing off.
McEwen's Big League Bargains are on. We're working flat out to bring you the best, like Skill Circular Saws at only $119. Save $26 and get a Big League bonus free blade. Pay only $79 for a Skill cordless drill and get a free holster and drill bit set. Save $20 on a Skill belt sander for only $119 and get bonus belts free. Save $16 on a Skill variable speed jigsaw for only $99 plus free blades. So join the crowd at McEwen's today. You're on a winner with Big League Bargains store-wide.
In recent times, the cost of just about everything has blown up and up and up. But there's one place where costs are actually coming down, and that's at Ford dealers. Right now, they're holding down cost with big factory bonuses on selected Falcons, Lasers, Corsairs, Econovans and Couriers. There's special finance on new Fairlanes and great deals on used Falcons. So get down to your Ford dealer now. He can't hold down deals like this for long.
King G Workwear. Made to handle anything.
Here's the car, let's get out of here!
Hey, drop that! Hey, get this off me!
Going someplace? King G Workwear. If they were any tougher, they'd rust.
Compared to a Kubota, other small tractors look very small indeed. For the same price, you can own a Kubota that will run rings around the others. Kubota has a 100-year heritage of tractor technology, and when you weigh it all up, Kubota technology makes the others look like a load of rubbish. Kubota, Australia's best-selling small tractor.
Put technology to work now at Scott's of Geelong and Yarra Glen Tractors.
Here's a golden opportunity to help bring the Olympics to Melbourne in 1996. The official Olympic supporter range, including fleecy line wind cheaters featuring the Olympic flame logo or colourful athletic figures. Join in the Olympic spirit with polycotton t-shirts in a variety of styles and designs, or show your support with a selection of these quality items. It's a golden opportunity, Australia, and each purchase will help our Olympic bid. The official Olympic supporter range, available from these stores.
Next on Hinch.
A story of neglect. A 6-year-old disabled girl neglected while in a care centre run by the government.
She was starving, thirsty.
A mother wants to know why professional care went wrong. Next on Hinch.
So 20 points the difference at half-time. The Eagles needed something with the wind in the third quarter.
So the third quarter about to start here at Victoria Park. Collingwood have a 20-point advantage at the moment. Monkhurst pulled off it. Hart punches it towards Ugle. Taken out of it. Barwick. Mullane strong. Round onto the right foot. He kicks it across his body towards half forward. Getting back was Rance. He fumbled badly. Daikos the tackler for Collingwood. Umpire calls for a bounce.
Whether they made the change at half-time or second quarter, but Peter Wilson is now on Darren Mullane on the wing, and John Worsfold is picking up Paul Tuddenham on the half-back or half-forward flank.
Right on the 50-metre line, the bounce, Scott over the top, but the tap-out gained by Christian. Russell gets a hand pass. Chipping in was Lamb. Kick back towards the wing, mark taken by Mullane. Darren Mullane, 18th possession. kick to half forward. Mark to Kelly. Kelly's hand pass to Wright. Collingwood mounting something. Wright's kick is good. Barwick marks. I would think well within scoring distance. Doug Barwick, who we mentioned in the first quarter, was a really good kick of the football. And he let us down a little bit, kicking the ball to the left. So the breeze obviously blowing very strong out from the goals to which he's kicking. Beautiful kick by Barwick. He makes no mistake this time. He kicks his first. Collingwood get their 9th. The Magpies 9-7-61. West Coast 5-5-35.
It's funny how you get a guy in the gun. You mentioned about Stephen Jackson. Well, it was Jackson's man, Craig Kelly, who went up the ground and started and initiated that particular move. And incidentally, Jackson's gone straight off the ground and on comes Irving. So the coach's bench or box must think as the commentators do.
Back in the centre. Monkhurst wins, but it comes to Malaxos. No distance with that kick. Irving just back on the ground. Should have gobbled that one. Kelly delayed the hand pass out to Wright. And Wright will take a free kick. No advantage there. It's got to come back to Graham Wright. Keeps it low into the breeze. Ugly looking kick. Diving mark by Wilson. Well, that'd be a body blow to the Eagles to have the first goal of the quarter kicked against them into the wind. A shocker by Wilson to Barwick. Barwick measures off the pass. And Brown marks low down. Maybe too far out to score. He's got nobody in the goal square. So his only option is to go for goal. He's waiting for Christian to get up there.
That was a great kick by Barwick. Great kick because Brown, he just put it in the hole and Brown was able to lead there in confidence because the rest of the Collingwood forwards were further up the ground.
Distance 45 metres. Maybe some protection from the stand. Oh, it's coming back a long way. And got pretty close to the goalpost eventually. When it started off, it looked as though it was going to be in the bar and the social club.
You sounded as though you wanted to get a bet on there in running.
I've never seen a ball move like that.
Didn't it?
I was calling it out of bounds for sure.
McKenna's kick to the outer side. Gathers good distance. Punched back by Collingwood. Worsfold. Over the top was Daikos. Umpire calls for a boundary throw-in. Peter Daikos. Gee, what a player he is. He's kicked 5 goals too out of that Collingwood scoreline of 9 goals 8. Kemp, tackled by Francis, is pretty effective. There was no way known that Kemp was going anywhere. And Francis very, very disappointed. The umpire has a chat to the Collingwood rover. And good play there by Tony Shaw and Graham Wright. You're not going to win, Tony Francis. Just get on with the game because the umpire has the last say. Bounce on the 50-metre line. Christian gets it down towards Francis. He dives on it. Oh, held when he didn't have it. And he gets the free kick. And again, the umpire, just seeing it as it happens, Tony Francis outside 50 metres. Kicks it to within scoring distance for the Pies. Opportunity for Brown. He spins out of it. Hook kick is just offline. 3 behinds to the Collingwood full forward, Gavin Brown. And we had lunch with Brian Taylor. He'd have a big job trying to force his way back into this Collingwood side, BT.
It'll be tough. Serving 5 weeks at the moment. Kick into centre half back. Irving takes the mark. Straight down the ground. Irving's kick out of half forward. Turley, spoiled by McGuan. Running onto it, Scott. Treads the hand pass out beautifully. Comes back to Scott. Little one from Narkle. Collingwood have the numbers back there in defence. Sumich has hardly had a touch. Morwood. Great pass to Mullane. Peter Sumich, 1 mark, 2 handballs. Or 2 kicks. Now McGuan, only at half back. It's a pretty blocked up centre wing area. Rance in front, almost dragged it down. Oh, the umpire paid the mark. Oh, it's courageous right in front of the Collingwood stand.
Murray Rance for the Eagles. Kicks it well over their centre line area. Punched away by Collingwood. Francis. Kemp, who's doing well. Heady, who hasn't really been as constructive a player as he has been in the past. Collingwood get it out through Turner. The kick across his body is not all that effective. Tubman from behind Worsfold, but Worsfold with determination written all over his face. Russell chips in, takes it away from the West Coast Eagles player Worsfold. The kick close to the line, and it's taken over. No, it's on the full, so the kick will go to the Eagles, to be taken back there by Guy McKenna. McKenna goes short. Malaxos takes the mark about 25 metres further afield from where McKenna kicked the ball. Malaxos is kick into the centre, no mark taken. Tony Shaw, Lewis off the ground. Langdon, it clean bowls him. Lewis is there. Shaw late on the scene. Collingwood player at the bottom of it is Banks. And he's done a pretty good job on Langdon as Dennis Banks.
Huge pack around this. Monkhurst a touch, comes to Kemp, beats Banks, round the corner, Narkle, good gather, feeds out the hand pass, drops short of Turvey. Shaw to McGuan, Gaffer. Oh, that's great backing up by Collingwood in defence. Kelly, straight down the ground to Barwick. Punch by Ugle, goes to Kemp, who's been prominent this quarter, bowled over in the tackle. Collingwood players want a hole in the ball decision, it's not forthcoming. Be a baller.
Been pretty consistent, Kemp, hasn't he? 6 marks, 14 kicks and 4 hand passes.
Well, Kemp and Heady, the two Subiaco players, have been fantastic acquisitions this year.
Banks, hand pass over the top right, runs across the ground after 2 bounces, or nearly made something. Wilson nearly interfered with the hand pass, but Wright was able to get it clear. Barwick up to 50 metres. Barwick goes bang with a bomb up to the goal square. Daikos back there, on the line. Oh, that's a free kick surely to Brown.
And sign's not good for West Coast because on that occasion there were 4 Collingwood guys when that ball was handballed by Wright. And finished up with Barwick. And there,
Brown goes to get around. Now he does, and kicks a miraculous goal. Well, Gavin Brown, I dip my lip to you because that was just scintillating stuff. Hemmed in on the boundary line. He kicks Collingwood's 10th.
well, he got himself into trouble on that occasion, Brown, and he got himself out. Here he is, he endeavours to play on. One, and then goes a good check side kick, his first goal.
Well, Collingwood have 2 goals after the Eagles scored the first in this quarter, and it's a big break now. 2 goals into the breeze. Here goes Russell out of the middle. He's had a great battle with Malaxos. The paddle comes to right. Collingwood running rampant at the moment. Barwick ducks back into trouble. Too fast for right. Christian shrugs the tackle. Wilson's back there in defence. Paddles it wide. 3-1 in favour of Collingwood. Oh, Francis with toe got to the front. The ball finishes up out, but the Collingwood fans will love Francis for that.
Free kick through to Francis, I would think. And it was Desperation, wasn't it, that won the ball for him?
That was brilliant. 60 metres out. Centering kick. Christian, one hand not enough, down to Lamb. Lamb's kick out wide, looking for Heady. Puts it out in front of that player. Gaffer has played a top game today and runs Heady out of bounds. He's done particularly well. And Mick Gaffer, 12 possessions. Normally he's a player who does his job without seeing the footy a lot, but he's had it a lot today.
Drew, they're very disciplined, the Collingwood defence, and they work extremely well as a unit. Monkhurst pinched from him by Malaxos. The kick towards centre-half forward, nearly a mark to Kelly. Running onto it, Shane Maud, tackled by Narkle. Ball runs free to the back, Lewis. Lewis's shot is wide.
Really didn't lift his head on that occasion, Lewis. When he went, he could have centred the ball because Sumic was on a lead going up the centre of the ground. All he did was blaze away. If he could have screwed it back, Sumic was in front of McEwen on that occasion.
And Sumic went absolutely berserk at Chris Lewis for not looking. And you mentioned that Sumic hasn't had much of the football, Don, but gee whiz, they haven't even looked at giving him the ball in any real fashion. The kick by McEwen goes out towards half-back. Mullane, lovely hand pass, right. Always looking to run with the football is Graham Wright. 3 bounces, a little bit anxious. He could be run down. He gets his foot to the ball and it's thumped over by Rance on Christian. The boundary throw in left half forward for Collingwood. Stan, they've run it nicely into the wind, haven't they?
That's a great way to move it into the wind. Back out of bounds. Collingwood looking very dangerous at the moment, leading by 33 points and outscoring the Eagles into the breeze in this quarter. Francis, he got toe off the mark. Beats them all. Centering kick is good. Too far out in front of Brown. 35 metres from goal. Losing ground. Losing a bit more. Mullane outside 50. Cornered by Ugle. Gets around Ugle and Wilson. Mullane for goal. A sensational kick.
Today's match is part of the CUB AFL 1990 Premiership season.
Here's a great goal that by Darren Mullane. He finished up with 3. Peter Daikos was Collingwood's major contributor. He got 6, 5 of those before half-time. And for the West Coast Eagles, it was Jackson 3 and Turley 2. No reports, and 23,596 saw the action at Victoria Park.
Time now to check the CUB AFL Premiership season league ladder.
And it's looking pretty interesting too. 3 other results today, all big wins. Hawthorn by 68 points over Geelong. North Melbourne by 127 points over Melbourne in a real shock. And Essendon came right away from Fitzroy to win by 83 points. And the 5, Essendon and Collingwood on 44 points, look absolutely assured of the double chance from the West Coast. Melbourne and Hawthorn making up the 5. And of course the round completed tomorrow at the SCG when Carlton takes on the Sydney Swans. Scotty Palmer joins us next on the AFL Today.
In recent times, the cost of just about everything has blown up and up and up. But there's one place where costs are actually coming down, and that's at Ford dealers. Right now, they're holding down cost with big factory bonuses on selected Falcons, Lasers, Corsairs, Econovans and Couriers. There's special finance on new Fairlanes and great deals on used Falcons. So get down to your Ford dealer now. He can't hold down deals like this for long.
Well, Dipper, what would you recommend?
Quattro venti.
Quattro what?
Tender piping hot meat, bathed in a delicately spiced, exquisite gravy, then encased in a golden pastry envelope.
It's truth.
More 4 and 20s, Maestro. Going right up. Quattro e venti.
4 and 20. Ripper, Dipper. Oi, can we see the beer list?
No worries.
4 and 20. The great Australian taste.
You know, owning your own boat doesn't have to be a dream. At the 1990 Ampol Australian Boat Show, imagine a new model fishing boat, a yacht or a cruiser. See the latest in fashions, boating accessories and fishing gear. You could win a Caribbean Jaguar runabout with trailer and outboard. See the Sun for details. There's lots of fun and entertainment for the whole family, so don't miss the 1990 Ampol Australian Boat Show, where you could buy the boat of your dreams. On now, at the Exhibition Building.
$50,000 cash.
That's $50,000. 4 Holden Barinas worth $54,300. So KZFM are giving away altogether $104,300. And you could easily be a winner by putting a KZFM sticker on your car. You'll find stickers in your letterbox this weekend. KZFM will be stopping cars showing stickers. If there's one on your car, you could be a big, big winner. On KZFM.
Was she really harassed by the boss? Or is she just being used by ruthless feminists hungry for publicity? In Rafferty's Rules, next on 7.
Bruce McAvaney told us earlier, a big week in sport, but Scotty Palmer, a big day in football and football news. Good evening.
Just about the most incredible day of the year in football news, Peter. Yep, I suppose the major injury from it was that Dermot Brereton is in hospital tonight with suspected broken or cracked ribs. He fell on the ball and then someone fell on top of him tonight. The same ribs he damaged last year. He said he's sorry, fellas, he can't talk to us tonight. He can't hardly talk because of the injury. He'll have painkillers tonight and then x-rays tomorrow to just determine how bad it is.
And there's a bad one at Essendon too, one of the Danahers.
Tony Danaher's got a broken jaw tonight. Essendon are asking to watch the video of it. But we spoke to the opponent of Tony Danaher, Richard Osborne, today, and he said he was just going for a punch away from Tony, and he said he collected with him. Accidental, but he said, I've got nothing against the guy. It's just one of those things.
Let's look at the game, Scotty. Hawthorn and Geelong. Well, there were 3 big results, big wins or big losses, whichever way you'd like to put it. What did Blight have to say?
Well, sensational at there. Blight said that everyone really at Geelong has to assess themselves at the end of the year and just decide where they're going, including himself. Was that casting doubts over his own future at the club? We don't know, but we think that over the next day or so it'll be clarified. And of course at the pre-match luncheon today at Hawthorn, they gave us a real big shock when they announced that Chris Muir was making a comeback. And in fact Alan Jeans had been down at Rosebud trialling him 3 days a week in a little park down there for the last couple of weeks, getting him ready for this big occasion. He could be in the Hawthorn side next week.
Well, they could certainly do with him because they've had a lot of injuries. Melbourne, big losers today against North. What did John Northey come out with?
He said it was a pathetic performance, the worst he's been at Melbourne. In 3 years, some of the players he felt may have achieved all their ultimates, or that's the way they think. The overseas trips, the big money and the finals appearance, maybe the spirit is draining. It will drain because they've been called to a 6 a.m. training session tomorrow morning at Junction Oval, Pete.
And John Longmire, of course, equalled the 1934 goal-kicking record, Scotty, for this round set by Gordon Coventry.
Yes, fantastic. He said he played at full back last year, played on blokes like Lockett and Dunstall, and he took a lot of notes on how to play full forward, and he put them all to good use today.
Scotty, we've only got a minute left, but big result for Collingwood out there at Victoria Park.
7 straight wins, the best since the early 80s. Lee Matthews said, look, things are looking good. 42 possessions to Tony Shaw, a wonderful effort. He was a bit disappointed on how the Collingwood tired today. He said, I'll fix this, I'll train some of them harder and I'll train some of them lighter through the week.
And a few injuries down at Moorabbin too this afternoon.
Yes, unfortunately for Moorabbin, they had down at St Kilda, Ricky Winmar pulled out before the match. Jimmy Cracker first 10 minutes came off, and of course David Grant late in the day came off, leaving him a bit depleted in the ranks. Ken Sheldon said they treated it like a mini final, but some of the players didn't know that you couldn't take that extra bounce or extra balk. And they got caught down there. Terry Wheeler said, all I've done is teach the players they can play football. He said, we've released them from those defensive shackles, Pete.
And Scotty, speaking of Footscray, there are further developments in the Terry Wallace-Grinter case, I understand.
A shock report tonight we'll have there. The writ has been lodged at the Supreme Court. We've got all the details, and it'll be an explosive story over the next week or two.
All right, and one final thing, Essendon and Hawthorn, will it be moved?
Well, Kevin Sheedy would like it to be moved, but I think it's a bit too late. Normally you have to give 14 days notice, but he said next week's crowd will be a burster between the two top sides. Well, who knows?
Yes, takes us back a few years. Hawthorn, Essendon grand finals.
Sheedy'd like to play it at the MCG. Of course, Terry Danaher said today it's the best Essendon side since 1985.
I think he's pretty close to the truth. That takes us out. Thanks, Scotty.
Good on you,
Hope you can join us tomorrow.
For the advantage through Banks. The ball will come back and the free kick will go to McGuan. McGuan 55 metres from goal. Like a comment from you, Don, about that kick by James Manson.
It's kicking in danger as far as I'm concerned, and Fody are off. Maybe because he let Barwick get away from him. Hawker on.
Kick comes back to a vacant wing. Kernahan does a good shepherd. Hawker in the play quickly. Kernahan, the pass. Oh, no, good play, Moore. Anticipating well. The kick up towards the wing. And Barwick's got it. He flips it to the advantage of Scott Russell. Now the play with Jamie Turner. Turner's kick, not quite smothered, but the mark's taken by Brown. And he's well within scoring distance, Gavin Brown.
There's a real floated that kick on that occasion, and it wasn't a good drop punt. It just went over the head of Blackwell.
Persisting with the hand passes, and it eventually paid off. The ball with Brown about 30 metres from goal. The angle not very difficult. Brown for his second. The ball floating away with the breeze, and it's through for one behind. So the Carlton supporters breathe a sigh of relief. 18.5 minutes left in the second quarter.